you're always stressed out and freaking out about shit and things aren't going your way, it means one of two things. Number one, it either means that you're in the middle of a lesson, you're not learning it, you're not developing, and you keep repeating the same mistakes. It means you're not reflecting and meditating on your actions, taking accountability and learning from them in the pursuit of personal growth. Or it means the second thing, which is that you're in the wrong place and the wrong time and you're not listening to yourself. It's all right, be stressed. Everyone gets stressed. Everyone goes through shit. But the truth is that the universe always has your back. The universe is always pushing you and guiding you toward the place where you need to be, right? So if you are in a bad situation, say you're in a job and you're having literal dreams about your job, about the thing you most hate about it, that is a direct message for you to leave that job and do something else. It could be for any reason. It could be because your manager sucks. It could be because you're not meeting your financial requirements. It could be because you know it's a dead-end job and you need to start a career or something. Could be another thing you could be in the middle of is like a shit relationship where you don't trust your partner or your partner doesn't reciprocate the feelings that you feel toward them. They're not respectful towards you. Heaps of different things. Like maybe they're just not on the same wavelength and you can't seem to figure out how to get them to get their life together. Another thing, man, get out of the relationship. I know it sounds harsh, but these things need to be done. Some people just aren't ready to take the journey that you're already on. And if, say, you're in a bad living situation, you have bad housemates that you don't want to live with, or you're stuck with people that you don't want to be around that are hindering your personal growth and what you want to do in life, move out, man. Like, move out, find a different place to live. Like, these are all things that you know that you should be doing, but it can be quite scary to take these steps. I know how it feels. But the thing is that if you have an intuition that's guiding you toward a particular pathway in your life, fucking take it, man. I'm fucking telling you. Because your intuition, it's not just like a feeling that you have. It's not just your brain telling you you should know better. Your intuition and your gut feeling is a direct message from your greater self, your higher self, that's trying to push you toward your greatest potential. Like, your greatest self and the universe wants you to thrive. It wants you to succeed at everything you want. It wants you to become the most powerful version of yourself that you can become. And the reason I say this is because I've been through this, man. Say like 2.5 years ago, I'm 6'2". Like I'm taller than like 95% of people, right? I was, I think, 57 kilos or less at this time. I was running a business that I was basically talked into doing that was financially like ruining me. Like, I was making no money. I was avoiding tax. It was just like ruining my life pretty much. I was that desperate for money that I was always on my phone. I never switched off. I wasn't sleeping properly. Like, it was really fucking my life up. I was in a pretty, like, in hindsight, a very like toxic relationship where the person I was with was not reciprocating the actions that I was showing toward them. They weren't. They didn't validate me in the ways that a partner needs to be validated, and they were spiraling pretty hard. They weren't taking care of themselves, and it was causing a lot of issues. So it was a very toxic environment for me. There were many things about where I lived, like living with her, that was just not good for me. And the people that we were surrounded by were all like pretty low vibration people who weren't helping their lives out. Like, there was a lot of drug use going on. There's a lot of out drinking going on. It wasn't good. And it got to this point where I had a tipping point in my life where I realized that I needed to make a significant change here. I was already in debt. Like, I was in debt like a few grand at least. And so I decided I had to make a big decision. I got my journal out and I wrote down everything that was wrong with my life, and I wrote down how I wanted my life to be, or like the optimal lifestyle for me would be. I was like, okay, I want to have a house. I want to have, all my art in it. I want to have like a fire pit out the back. I want to have a backyard with like a tree. I want to have my dog with me. I want to have all my music equipment. I painted the whole picture for myself. And so then I started on it, man. And because I knew I had this enormous gut feeling to partake on this journey, I got out of the relationship. I put myself further, like thousands of dollars further in debt, just so I could learn the necessary skills to jump into a career that I wanted to be in. I got messed over for a lot of money from breaking up with the with the ex. What else happened? I decided that I needed to take my diet more seriously, and so I made this whole plan, right, of where I needed to be, and I put my head down for the next 2 years, and that's what I worked at. I worked at it consistently every single day. Every day I was exercising, every day I was working on my diet, every day I was making sure I was sleeping properly, every day I was going to work and I was making sure that I was learning everything that I could every single day. I just worked on myself. I cultivated a version of myself and traits where I knew that it would guide me toward who I am now. I listened to my intuition about what I should do. And even though it hurt, like it was a massive risk, I put myself significantly in debt and did all these like things that were very, very stressful and terrifying for me to go through, because I knew that it would be in the pursuit of becoming a greater version of myself. And all I can say is that after like the 2 years of really working myself, I'm in a better place than what I originally even envisioned. I've discovered things about life, discovered things about myself, discovered secrets about myself and the way that I operate, and things about my own like subconscious and my mind that I didn't even know were possible. I'm more loving than I've ever been. I'm more like wealthy than I've ever been. I'm happier than I've ever been. I'm more creative than I've ever been. I'm stronger than I've ever been. I'm more loving than I've ever been. And it's all because I decided to make this one decision to just simply better myself and take that risk and follow my intuition in getting myself out of these like this terrible environment and situation that I was in. So back to my original point, if you're stressed and you know that what you're doing isn't right, and you're getting these signals, you're having these dreams that are like guiding you away from what you're doing. If you're waking up with anxiety, if you feel depressed because you know that you shouldn't be doing this, living in this environment, take the necessary steps to get out of it, because it will always work in your favor. Like the universe wants you to be healthy. The universe wants you to reach your greatest potential. It wants you to become the most like powerful fucking person that you can become. So, and like sometimes I know that it's difficult. Like we've been through a pandemic. It can be difficult, and there can be situations that you're in that you can't necessarily escape at the moment. And the only advice I can give to that, which kind of remains true, is to view that as a challenge. Like if you watch my previous video, it's all about viewing problems and issues as what they are or as challenges. And the best thing I can say is that if you can get through something when you're in like such a handicapped position where you can't make more money because you're still doing a course or something, or you're living with someone that you can't get out of because you're in a lease, or you're stuck in a particular situation that you just can't get out of yet, cultivate a lifestyle in taking control of the things that you can do, and work on them and focus on them, and make a game plan to eventually get out of that place, even if it's like 6 months to a year down the track that you can get out of it. Because if you cultivate a version of yourself and work with what you've got in that time period, when you have access to everything that you've always wanted and everything that you've been like visualizing and manifesting, you're going to be like, you can hit the ground running so fucking hard that you won't believe how much progress you're going to make over such a small amount of time. So always work on yourself, always listen to yourself, always trust your gut feeling and your intuition about things. Take time to meditate and like reflect on how you're feeling and your emotions and everything. Like journal this shit out. Journal your dreams out. Like try to decipher what's going on and follow your emotions, because they will always lead you to a place of like healing and development. So as I said, follow your intuition. Like shit is always going to work out well for you if you listen to it and you're not like just being a fucking dumb cunt and like like not paying attention, or like giving in to temptation when you shouldn't. Like always play the long game, listen to yourself, and like things will always work out really well. I hope you're all well. Love you all. Peace.